Greetings, YouTube. Fish Suit here. Back with what you're seeing is episode 4. It's part of our second session of Rime of the Frostmaiden, D&D 5e. We stream these sessions live on Twitch every other Monday. So you can catch these at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every other Monday. And you can also just watch them here on YouTube. It's fine, too. The follow on Twitch, the subscription on YouTube. Why can't they just be called the same thing? Leave a comment about it. Follow on Twitch, subscription on YouTube. Those things mean a whole lot. And you can always, follow me on social media as well. All that stuff's down below. All that stuff is down in the thing, down there. So thank you guys for being here. Hope you guys enjoy the show. This is going to be episode 4, part of our session 2 of Rime of the Frostmaiden. All right, guys, I killed the intro. Absolutely killed the intro. So you have big shoes to fill now. All right, so when we went on our break, the last thing that happened, well, you were in a blizzard, right? You were in a blizzard. You kind of, by dumb luck, Cleo navigated your party into this little cavern area. And you saw, when you looked up finally from this snowstorm, that there was some, looked like man-made structures built right into the side of the mountain. So you approached this particular structure. It's like a dome. It was closest to you. And you tried to be all nicey nice, but it didn't really work out. And the reason it didn't work out, as Gusto saw when he moved closer, is that there was a Dwergar dwarf inside. Just one of an evil Dwergar dwarf. The last thing he did basically was to lift up this trapdoor and then head down into this tunnel underneath the door. So for all intents and purposes, you guys are out of combat now. So this is just a free form. What would you like to do?
I want to see if there, is there any way to get inside of that?
Yeah, so there's a door right where Jordy is. There's a door back there.
Is it locked?
Actually,
No,
Gusto missed a spell and it blew the door off the hinges. So there's not even a door there.
Okay, so either we go down the tunnel or we go around.
Could be a trap if we go down there. Before we go down there, there's some interesting things that I feel like that could be in this area, maybe. So we might want to explore out here before diving into a bunch of dwarves with crossbows.
I just want to look inside the dome real quick.
Yeah, is there any kind of loot or anything cool that I can take laying around?
I was thinking more clothing.
Sure, that too.
Vis-a-vis clothes. Okay, so Cleo and Jordy, why don't you guys both give me a perception check as you take a peek inside this little dome. Zune, thanks for the host, my dude. Excuse me. So, Cleo, you look around, you get inside the door here. I'm going to just move you over because you and Jordy just kind of popped inside here and looking around. You look around, you really don't see anything. It's really sparse. The bunker is this area looks like a bunker, right? This is this dome. It looks like it's about 15 feet tall inside there. The rough engines, and Jordy with a 19, you can tell that this looks like it was cut from a single piece of stone. This might have been jutting out and they shaped it into this structure. And you look around, and with your 19, Jordy, it's pretty obvious to you, being a dwarf, this makes sense, that it's pretty obvious to you that this is really new. This was just completed.
I'm gonna relay that to a party. Oh, this Dwargar haven't been here very long. Oh, this building here is fresh.
Anything heavy in there?
Not that I can see.
It's just
the
nothing.
hatch?
Yeah, nothing but the hatch.
Can you jam the hatch closed?
Mijan Goss, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the fish tank.
So should we venture around in the tunnel, or let's go around and look around the hallways, pathways?
I do want to do something about the hatch. Like either jam it or put something on top of there. I'm not
Okay.
sure what we got to do that.
Can we bring our sled and put it on top?
I was wondering if it would fit in there. I don't know how big the sled is.
You probably couldn't get the sled inside there, but you could take some of the ingots off of the sled and pile them on top of the door, if that's what you wanted to do.
What if Jordy just sits on the door?
How long have we been traveling?
Like roughly 6 hours since the beginning of the day.
Why don't we just grab the busted up parts of the door and use that for firewood and just continue on back to...
No, I'm gonna stay in here. This place is cool.
We don't want to lose our ingots, and we want to be able to go back to those dwarves.
Plus, I will also
going on over here.
I will also say, Gusto, that you can see beyond the chasm that you're in that storm is still raging, right? Like it's still pretty blustery out there. You're just in this kind of area of respite because of how it's protected by the natural cavern here.
So you're saying that we have to stay in here?
No, not at all.
I'm going nowhere.
Not at all. I encourage you to leave and freeze to death, but I mean, listen.
I kind of want to almost like hit on this hatch or something to see like if I give a response. See if they're like just sitting at the bottom or something.
So you want to knock on the hatch?
Well, more so, I was going to take my ball and kind of like hit the top of it.
Okay.
And be like, "Oi, I thought you were our ingots." And see if they say anything or if I hear any shuffling down there, so I know like maybe like how close they are or how big this might be.
Gotcha.
If it's big enough to where they can get far away and I not hear them.
Yeah, you just you tap the trap door and you just hear like that thud of the wood, and you say what you say, but you don't hear any kind of response.
So they could be hiding down there, or maybe they just ran off deeper down there.
Or maybe they're running around to get our ingots. I run back over to make sure that the ingots
the ingots! Oh, the precious ingots! You run over and just start hugging them, kissing them. Ingots!
Or they could connect to somewhere else, and they could pop out back down in the cavern.
What if we check out like the top main level of the cavern? What if there's like more guys around? What if there's like a bunch of people below, but there's only a few guys up here and we can figure out what's going on? Seems like there's pathways.
There's something here.
Yeah, so that door that you see, that's at the bottom of this this cavern, this cliff, right? Mm-hmm. It's on the same level as that water is way down there.
Way down there. Okay, so we gotta go down no matter what then to even get to anything else.
Well, there were bars over here, right?
Yeah, but those are actually down at the bottom of the cavern as well. This is a little bit of a funny map because it's trying to show depth. But you guys are like, basically from where you are right now, you are at the highest point on this map.
Oh, okay. Then let's go down the hatch.
The hatch?
That seems a little dangerous.
Maybe it's like a water slide. I'm just saying.
Well, I think we should look around a bit more, because that hatch may connect to over here. And if we open up over there, we have a lot more space than in a hatch. And if we come over here, we could catch them off guard if it connects.
Are we able to like move like this way? Like what are these like lines?
Yeah, you can. So from where you are, it's a pretty steep drop down into the bottom of this gorge here, Zund. So every one of those like little lines is basically another 10 feet down, and then it's also like really icy and treacherous. So if you you can try to mitigate some of that, but it's not like you could just like walk down. You might be able to like, I don't know if you can fly. Can you fly? I don't think anybody can fly yet.
No.
But to actually just try to travel down there would be pretty dangerous and difficult, but you can try it.
If I'm like, So like we kind of like entered over here, right?
Yes. You came
On the
in
right side.
through here. Hmm.
So are we able? Are we able to see like what thing is across the? Can I see this from here? It looks like
Like-
there's like some face thing.
Oh, it's just a map. It's just like a fancy thing on the map itself.
Oh, okay. I thought that
It's
was
just
like
like decoration on the map.
Okay.
Yes, there's a. Oh God, it's a giant ice giant. Everybody
I
run!
thought there was like a statue of some sort.
No, it's just like the corner of the map.
I offer up one of my vials. It's green, and it doesn't do any kind of damage or anything, but it smells horrible.
And are like you're gonna tell us
I'll
what
put
it
that
is, or
It's just a vial of stink.
Oh, you should use that to throw at people.
who are you offering it to? Why are you taking this out?
Because we
Put
can
it down
drop
the
it
hatch.
down in the hatch.
Oh, you throw it down in the hatch.
What if we
Yeah.
threw one of the ingots down to see how really how far it is?
Or I could drop
Or a
this
torch.
down there.
Oh,
Okay.
your potion down there.
Yeah. It like I said, it's not doesn't do any damage. It's a stink bomb.
All right, so if you'd like to lift the door up, somebody's going to need to make an athletics check to do that. It's a heavy oaken door.
I would probably be on like this side, and then Jordy could be on the other side.
I'm a +5 on strength. You said strength, right?
My God, yeah.
+6. Jesus.
I'm beefy.
Yeah, right.
I still have one. Should be more than one more, but I do have +6. All right, that's cool to know for later on, though.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna try
But
to
yeah.
lift this door up then?
Someone who's outside should like watch down in the cavern, in case like you drop it down there, and this like leads in, and like someone else comes out here.
Oh, strength. I was reading stealth. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I've been up
I
since
thought
like
you-
5:30 in the morning. My brain is dead. I'm a -1 in strength, which just makes so much more sense. you
That
guys.
makes way more
But
sense.
I'm a +6 in charisma, so that makes up for it.
I was like, Jesus, is she gonna tank? What is happening?
My brain. Sorry. Whew.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a +2. Well, why don't you try to aid here, Gusto? Just try to aid with the strength
But-
check.
Before we do that,
Sure.
someone should keep an eye down the ravine in case like
Yeah,
something
that's kind of
opens up
where
there.
that's kind of what Kindar's doing. He's kind of just
Okay.
sitting outside.
Okay.
Kinda,
Then yeah. So I'm like rolling this plus and
Yeah, we're gonna see if Gusto can aid. He doesn't aid, so this is just a straight up strength check. Oh my goodness! Yeah, you just blow it off the hinge. It's like
one.
thunk! You like I can imagine Jordy like really getting down, like dusting off his hands, getting her feet hip distance apart, you know, and really like
Puts on
doing
this
it.
lifting belt.
A deep squat, and then it lifts so easily. It's just like pops right open. Yes, you pop it right up. And you anybody have dark vision?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, so you
Sure.
peer down. You peer down this tunnel, and it looks to be about
Like
looks to be about 20 to 30 feet down. And it's a ladder that descends down, and it's just plain stone floor. That's what you see.
Can we see what the ladder attaches to? Like, how does the ladder attach up top?
It's actually a tunnel, so it's just like built into the wall of the tunnel as it heads downward.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's it's a ladder that's built into the wall, like into the stone.
Yeah, still want to
Let's
throw the vial
go.
down there. Oh,
yeah, I threw the vial down there.
It smashes. The waft of stink slowly makes its way up the ladder.
Close it, please.
I try to close. Go to close it. Do I need to make another strength
No,
check
you
for
can
that?
just close it.
No, we wait.
So you
I mean,
you wait several hours. Nothing happens.
I was going to ask how long the stink usually lasts.
I mean, that's up to the DM's discretion. These are not like
Real
spells
things.
and
These
stuff.
are not actual things, Jackson. It lasts for 6 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
I feel
Do
like
we want to trap that? Do we want to trap that door rather than go down there, or do we want to wait out that 6 minutes? Go down
probably
there.
want to wait the 6 minutes.
We're
'cause
also
it could be rough.
we're also a little exhausted here. So
If I sing, can I start? Can I sing for exhaustion?
I was extremely
generous.
generous.
Very.
Man.
I was very shocked when
I
you
was
did that.
already extremely generous.
But yeah, I'm hesitant about actually going down there when two of us still have 1 level exhaustion.
Should we short rest?
I mean, the exhaustion is just for ability checks, not for...
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, since it's just level 1 now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll wait out the stink because I don't want to like jump down there and just be like engulfed in it.
You might throw up. Seriously, that's...
Yeah.
we could always try to bring the ingots back to the dwarves and then see if they know anything about this place before we just go in.
Or we could just go in and murder everything.
'Cause they probably won't know about the place because it's new, but they might know about the Dwargar themselves.
They're
Well,
building,
like-
if it's still in construction too, you don't know if they're still building. They probably have a lot of guys here to construct it.
Yeah, that's another reason why I don't want to just jump down there.
It's a trap.
Plus, the other people might not know that this is here.
They might not, but they could have encountered it during their travels since they were somewhere in this vicinity of this area.
They might they might count they're just a Dwargar themselves.
Or maybe
like
maybe they had previous knowledge of it and just didn't tell us when we were back at.
That is true. Maybe they
Rime.
stole the ingots from them. Because it does seem like it could be a mine.
It's actually the lost mine of Fandelver.
That's why we didn't find
I
it.
put you guys on the wrong map. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is really embarrassing.
It was in Icewind Dale the entire time.
Fuck.
We were way off.
We were way off.
We'll make our way up here when we get the map. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Either we wait out the storm, hoping that nobody comes in, or we try and explore and maybe get attacked.
How do you get rid of exhaustion?
Long rest.
Should we just take a long rest in this safe little thing and we can put stuff on the door so no one gets in it?
Well, we do have a big opening where a door used to be.
And there's that other door all the way that we kind of saw down the way, so we're not gonna want to just leave ourselves exposed here, that long. But then again, that could allow us to wait out the storm and then get on our way to what we originally do.
Book Fairy said during the break that that I was doing a good job to let you guys figure it out versus like forcing a decision. But this is a place where I'm going to force a decision. So let me know what we're going to do here.
Well, I think it's safer to long rest here maybe and like I don't have can we do it in turns where someone's keeping watch?
So here's the vote. Yay, we go down the tunnel. Nay, we wait out the storm. How about that?
All right. Vlor, how do you vote?
Nay.
This is not a secret ballot. Nay, you go down the tunnel.
No, nay, we
No,
just
nay's
wait out.
wait out.
Nay, wait out the storm. Okay, Cleo. Nay, wait out the storm. Yay, we go down the tunnel.
I want to go down the tunnel, but I'm gonna be smart and just say wait out the storm.
Okay, Jordy.
Wait out the storm. I have no idea how many
Okay.
dwarves are down there.
Kindar,
Dwarves
just
gonna
for
have,
a
like-
matter of procedure. Wait out the storm. Or go down the tunnel. Okay, so we're decided not to go down the tunnel. Okay,
Shoot.
so you're gonna try to camp out up here then? Is that the plan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
like board up the hatch. Well, not board up. Just put something on top of the hatch so they can't just get out of there.
The
Yeah.
ingots.
Yeah, you could put ingots on it. That would work because it's heavy as is.
Just sleep on top of it.
Yeah, Jordy will just sleep on top of it.
Alrighty, and what's the shift's gonna be like? Who's gonna sleep first? I mean, it is like the middle of the day, right? You've only been on the road for 6 hours, so it's like 2 p.m.
I don't have any exhaustion, right? Or am
No,
I-
you're fine, and so is Jordy.
I'll take first watch.
Then I'll take second. Then guarantee that.
So
they
you're
get their
gonna
rest in.
get your long rest. You're gonna do a long rest now, and then I'm just trying to think of like you're gonna be going to sleep at 2 p.m. for an 8-hour day.
It's still pitch black outside.
So that's
literally,
fair.
and 2 of our people are like hyperthermic.
do we feel like it's going to take a long rest time frame for the storm to die down?
Why don't you give me a survival check? I'll let two of you make a survival check. Try to like get a read on the weather.
Good, because I
Survival's only plus 2.
disadvantage.
Mine's only
one.
+1.
Okay, so me then?
You and Vlor.
Okay.
Bacon Bits, thanks so much to the host, dude. All right, so 14 and a 13. Yeah, neither of you can really get a read on. It could be hours. It could end in 2 hours. Or, it could be like 10 hours or 2. You're just not sure.
Could two of us start the long rest? Then they stay awake and kind of like see if
Yeah.
the storm dies down, and if it happens at any point throughout that long rest, they wake us up.
Sure.
Since we're the only ones exhausted, and they don't have any. I don't think they have any things that they need to rest for.
I don't. I'm full health, full rage.
Full of rage.
And we got
Okay.
2 people on watch too for the dwarves in case they show up through that door or something.
Alrighty. So, so Gusto and Kindar are gonna try to get us some sleep here. Is that the plan? You're exhausted from the cold. And are you barricading the door, or are you using the door to try to start a small fire here?
Yeah, see,
Uh,
if we don't think the storm's gonna pass soon, then we should probably just take up the door and just head out.
head out where?
Like to return so that we can get these ingots back.
I mean, I feel like we should not. Our rolls weren't that good before. I don't.
What if we
wanna
get-
just, like,
Yeah, and what if we get further lost, and what if we we get more exhausted, or it ends up impacting more of us?
It doesn't hurt to rest and then see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, and get rid of the
We're just
exhaustion.
not sure when it's gonna clear up. It it could be hours, could be minutes. That's what it's kind of seemed like from.
Okay. Do we feel like a fire would benefit us?
I think so. Just for maybe even just a psychological impact of having a fire and having a little bit of warmth in this area. Yeah.
Probably
'cause-
use like half of the door as little as possible.
Yeah, then,
Ration
bring
the door.
Use some dwarf fragments.
since we're using the
Perfect.
ingots to kind of like put on the hatch, you can like put the sled like in front of the door, so it'd be like kind of blocking it, but not really. But just so something's there.
Just stack the ingots in the doorway as our door.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys lay down for your long winter's rest here. And so Cleo and Jordy, what are you guys doing during this time?
I guess we're just keeping an eye out on the storm, see if it blows over or if there's any ruckus from the hatch.
Exactly.
All right, and then so Cleo, you're doing the same kind of deal, just keeping an eye on the what you can see of the storm, and then I don't know.
I'm just playing my
pacing?
instruments.
Yeah.
Just like sitting there next
Yeah.
to the fire.
Yeah. How about I kind of go there next to the hatch, and then you can be over here so you can see out all the windows. Oh, I didn't mean to actually engulf your character.
Okay. During their rest, you don't really see the storm dying down at all. There's some patches, Jordy, where you're like, oh, maybe it's starting to go, but then it'll pick right back up again. Then it'll start to snow real heavy. Maybe the wind dies down, but then it's still really snowing. And at some point, you begin yourself to get tired because now you've been on watch for 6 hours, starting to get into the later in the evening. Cleo, you are just trying to maybe play some music to keep yourself occupied during this time where your party's trying to get some sleep and stoking the fire. You don't hear anything at the trap door. No, nothing tries to bust through or anything. But you and Jordy both hear, kind of from the bottom of the cavern, some loud, like clank, 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 that type of noise. Like clicking a large gear. You're not sure, and it's really dark. I mean, it's from where you are. It's not only down, but it's about 100. It's probably 175, 200 feet away in the dark. So you just hear like that kind of clank, 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 clank. You hear that at one point, and then the noise stops. You don't hear anything else.
I stay hidden because I'm nervous that they'll be able to see me or see our fire, or I don't want them to know that we're here and then come attack us.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait, and then when they wake up, I'll let them know what I heard.
And so then eventually, Gusto and Kindar, you guys do wake up, having the benefit of a long rest. So you shrug off your layer of exhaustion. You were able to sleep next to, not the greatest fire in the world, but you got rid of some of that chill in your bones. So I don't think either of you had lost any HP, but full HP and your levels of exhaustion are gone.
And then I just let you guys know, hey guys, last night there was this clinking sound going down by the big doorway. I don't know what it was. I stayed hidden, but I heard it, so there's definitely other people here.
Did we hear how kind of roughly? Did you guys hear how roughly close they were when they when it stopped?
100. When it stopped.
Was it getting closer to us, or was it?
All I know is that it was coming away from the big door, about 100-something feet away, and then it just stopped.
Yep, that's exactly what she knows. Oops. I accidentally logged out of our game.
All right, so I know this is a bit controversial, but I took a long rest. When would I redo my spells?
You can take your it is controversial, right? Because you can only do it on a day basis, and it is essentially the same day.
So probably 5 or 6 o'clock the next day.
I would say so. It's probably 24 hours really until you're going to be able to switch your spells out, and it's really only been 14 hours since you did it.
Okay.
Is that fair? Do you think that's fair, Vor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know how you wanted to do it.
I think that's a totally fair question. It just that makes the most sense to me.
Okay. At least I have my slots back.
I don't know if I want to look out because I feel like it wouldn't matter because I can't see far enough. Even with dark vision, I can only see like 60 feet.
Yeah,
That's
it's
like
pretty far away. You probably
I
looked
could
out
take
when
a
it was
look.
happening,
uh
Jordy, and all you saw was darkness down there. There just wasn't enough light. There's some
So-
light from the sky. Will the clouds will part occasionally, and some of the starlight and some of the light from the moon will shine down. But really, it's like still really obscured.
well, if we just when we go, I suggest we go like around the outside of this. Let's get out of that way.
I can cast light on a crossbow bolt and shoot it if you wanted to see more of what was over there.
I mean, I kind of want to do that just because it sounds cool now.
Yeah.
Just to see that shoot off into the ravine.
Yeah, so I'd have them point out the direction that they saw the light. Or they heard the noise, I mean.
Okay, yeah, and so you when it was a little bit like lighter out, right? You saw those doors down there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the area where the sound came from. So you cast light, and then you fire a crossbow bolt with light on it, and it flies through the air like a Roman candle. Dung, right in those doors. It hits the door and kind of bounces down. The doors are made of stone. But you can see now like a little globe area here that's lit up. And you can see those, two doors. Nothing looks out of place.
So if the storm's still going on, do we want to still stick around and then maybe keep an eye out on that door more, or what do you guys want to do?
Well, now that we're rested, I think we have a good chance of making it back.
Okay.
Get out before they get us, and we can get the ingots back to the dwarves, find out what they know.
And
Yeah.
then come and murder some punks.
Cool.
Okay. All right, so you guys are going to head back out into the blizzard.
Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. Let me go back to here. Okay, you're going to have... it's about off-road here, 4 hours travel from Kelvin's Cairn to Caer Konig, assuming you make it straight there. All right. You are going to start in a blizzard, so that's going to require navigation. Let's
We had some of that wood from, or the still like half that door left, right?
yeah. So yeah, you could. Here's the thing, though. Like, really, like, how long do you think a door would burn for? Like in real life, how long could you burn a door for? Like maybe an hour.
It
That's
depends on
enough.
the door.
It really depends on the doorfish suit.
No. I
So
mean, I can tell you, I've burned
fine.
a door before.
I've burned a few doors in my day, and you can burn a door for at least 7 hours. It warms 4 people.
Half a door, depending on the thickness they would use, probably like 2 hours.
All right. So what you're proposing is that you burn this door and it helps you in some way, but you're literally driving out into a blizzard. Like, I understand what you're saying, and you're trying to do something cool, which I totally appreciate, but at the same time, I just don't see how this actually would help you in some way.
hate
I
to
just
say
don't
but I
see
kinda
it.
agree. Like a sled with a campfire going to a blizzard, I feel like it's not going to make much of a difference. It's not going to provide much light, not much warmth. It
Yeah.
doesn't hurt us because the blizzard
Right.
would block out the light.
I feel like the heat would soak into the ingots and it would help.
I
for
just
anyone
Like a little like
on the
furnace.
side.
But those things are like ice cold.
right. I mean, they are literally ice cold, and you're talking about putting this like half of a door on. What did I say? 600 pounds of ingots.
Well, I guess you're right.
That's a lot of metal.
I'll agree with you. On
Did I
that.
finally talk you into it? Yes, you guys. I finally talked him into it.
I mean, ultimately, you got the say on that one.
I
so.
appreciate your creativity and trying to help better the situation of your party. I'm trying to make it a little bit realistic in that. I just don't
But
think
this
that
is
would
fantasy.
really
What are
do
we talking
anything.
realistic? No.
Okay. Who's gonna navigate the first hour of travel? Remember, it's 4 hours. Who's gonna navigate the first hour, and then who's going to? That's it. That's it. Who's gonna navigate?
I'll do the first hour.
Okay. First things first. Everybody, give me a Constitution saving throw, please. See if you can withstand the cold. Back out into these frigid temperatures. The wind is still blowing. Oh God!
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay.
Didn't even get to navigate yet.
Justin, you gonna make a throw? Okay, there we go. Okay,
I
so
was double checking the.
Cleo and Kindar, you guys are fine, able to stave it off, and so is Jordy. But unfortunately, Gusto gains a level of exhaustion. As soon as you're back out in this blizzard, you become chilled to the bone, and you gain 1 level of exhaustion, which means you'll make this next navigation check with disadvantage. Oh dear!
Oh, great.
Dear. Okay, yeah, so you start navigating the sled here, Gusto, and you get lost. You feel like you're just circling around Kelvin's cairn at this point. You feel like you've made no progress.
Yeah. I'm giving that up. Next.
I guess Sunflower's up next. Can I aid this time? Since I just watched Lord get lost, I'm like, all right, we need some more effort on this.
No, I'm gonna keep it at a navigator.
Are we capable of remembering how to get back to this place, by the way? Do we need to like leave something to like signal this is where this weird place is that we just found? Or is it pretty like open and easy to see?
You think you would have some difficulty refinding this place, especially since you found it kind of by accident in the middle of the blizzard.
I feel like we should like leave like signals or something to like show us how to get back there.
But we're already lost at this point.
Yeah, it's a little late.
We're already far.
We're already like an hour deep.
You know what, hindsight, you guys. Is amazing. Okay, but like you didn't know how far we got, so okay. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll stumble upon it again, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be so funny. You like, oh yeah, you find the same cavern again. Okay. Unfortunately, you've entered hour number 2 out here in the cold, so I'm gonna need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
So I'm gonna do the second one. The second hour, or what was?
Yeah, I think that they're gonna want you to do the next survival check, but make the con save first.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Looks like everybody did okay there for hour number 2. Right? Oh no, we're still waiting on Sunflowers. Oh god, no, that's a critical fail. Sunflower, you gain. Cleo gains a level of exhaustion. As for the first time in this blizzard, you succumb to some of the cold that you experienced here. Now I need you to make a survival check. This is going to be with disadvantage, so you'll roll it twice. Yeah, 9. Sunflower, you do in fact lead your party right back to the opening of the gorge. Neuron, thank you so much for that gift sub. That went to D Time as well. Let's go. D Time's always here for our D&D. Thank you so much, Neuron. I appreciate you, dude.
Is that where the? Oh, sorry. You can go.
No, sorry. I was just gonna say. So with that gift sub, Neuron, you can roll a D6 on our Discord. You can give it to any of our players to use. You can give it to me as well. You know, to kill them.
We need it.
No, we're freezing.
The party
600 pounds of metal.
The party is currently freezing to death, like hauling this massive sled of metal. Yeah, so you literally do find yourself back at the mouth of the gorge, Sunflower, that you first navigated to.
Okay. Guys, let's clearly we need to go back in there. I don't know where to go from here.
Hey, Jordy, why don't you navigate us? You've been out here a long time.
I mean, might as well at this point. I guess I'll pull 600 pounds and figure out where to go.
Okay,
I mean,
entering
I can roll again. Okay, for sure.
entering hour 3. Everybody first is gonna make their con save, please. This is where it starts to hurt. This is an important one right here. Wow, your dice did some weird stuff there, dude. 14, Kindar is able to shake off that cold for another hour. Oh, Jordy, no.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh, no.
That's not fair.
Sounds good, Neuron. Perfect. Oh no, Gusto. Okay, Jordy Gusto. Jordy gains his first level exhaustion. Gusto is now on 2 levels of exhaustion. Your movement speed is halved. Now, who's making the check? It's Jordy now? With disadvantage, because now you are... the Kindar is the only person in the party who's not exhausted from the cold.
Wait, are we still at the gorge?
You are, yeah.
No.
Well, no, actually, you did begin to travel. But if you want to retcon something, Sunflower, like, do you leave something there? Or...
I want to, like, what do I can I leave one of the ingots? I want to, like, leave something. I want to leave, like, is there a tree around or something I can, like, put a piece of fabric on? Like, do I still have pieces of my parka? Like...
Yeah, you could take some of the scraps from your ruined winter clothes, and there's some, like at the start of the gorge, there's some like rock formation, so you can tie around like a piece of cloth around that to maybe if you were traveling by, you would see that and recognize it.
Can I also try to scrape just something in the rock, or would that probably damage my?
No, yeah, you could take your weapon and take a minute and scratch something into the rock. What would you carve? Do you think?
I don't know, an arrow just pointing towards the direction of where to go.
Okay.
I'll remember.
Yeah. So you can take a few minutes to do that, and then you moved on and and everybody failed their checks. Okay. What was that survival check like there, Jordy?
14.
A 14.
The highest.
Let's see if that does the trick. I honestly don't know. I'm not being facetious here. I can't remember, but you guys rolled pretty poorly, so I knew that those were fails. I just can't remember. That is a fail. Unfortunately, you spend another hour out here in the cold, and don't seem to have made any progress.
Anyone else?
That
in the
tunnel's
chat?
looking real nice now, isn't it?
The good news is that at this point the storm lets up. So the windstorm lets up. It's not ideal. It's still a little windy. It's still snowing, but you're no longer in a blizzard. So you feel pretty confident that you can you feel pretty confident that you're about, at this point, 5 hours away from Caer Konig. You actually got further away from Caer Konig in your travel.
All right. Kindar.
Jordy's like knows that he has failed as well as the curse in the navigator.
I want to
Alrighty.
add my +4 to Kindar's navigation roll from my sub earlier.
Do we need navigation now that the storm is
You don't.
lit up?
You don't think
Okay.
so?
You don't actually need to navigate. The survival
Yay.
checks were because it was so snowy and windy, and so you don't need to do that anymore. But you still do need to make these checks against the cold.
Okay.
All right, Jordy, here's where it's going to come in. I'm probably going to pass out and fall on the ingots.
All right, so we're traveling for another hour here. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, alrighty. So this is quite a few more survival checks here, folks. So buckle up.
Con
Oh,
checks, right?
God.
Con checks, yeah. Sorry, con checks. Oh God, there's a second level of exhaustion for Jordy. Speed is now halved, so you guys are moving now as a party slower. 2 of you are impaired in that way. Oh, Kindar takes his first
Nice,
level of
Vlora.
exhaustion. Yes, Vlora, that was an important one. That would have been nasty. And Sunflower, you were good as well. That's the first of 5, so 4 more here. Kindar, fine. No more levels of exhaustion. You're the least exhausted, I think, of everybody.
Once you do it earlier, you kind of build up a resistance to it
Yeah.
for a little bit.
I could just
Temporary.
imagine him like through this time, like really like retreating into his mind.
Yeah,
Mhm.
tapping
You know what I
really into
mean?
mind space and
Everybody's good for that hour, so you have 3 more. All right,
Oh, oops.
I'm gonna roll this for you, Neuron. I'm gonna roll the d6 for you, and it comes to me, so I get an extra 2. Oh no, Zoon, that's 2 levels of exhaustion for Kindar.
No.
Were you on 1 or 2 there, Cleo?
I was on 1.
All right, so now you're on 2. And Gusto still on 2, still okay. And Jordy, okay as well. 2 more checks, which means I think that everybody is safe from just an instant death here. Only 2 more checks, so nobody can actually just permanently die through these checks.
nice.
Just almost die.
And so I'll just forego the last one, since that's the worst thing that's going to happen, really, is because you make it back to Caer Konig. But it got a little dicey out there, guys. It got a little dicey. If that storm hadn't let up, basically, you would have been in real rough shape, because you could not find your way through. There's another level of exhaustion for Cleo, so you guys wound up like level 2 and 3 of exhaustion. It came pretty close there. But the good news is that you do make it back here to civilization. As it were.
George's beard covers his nips.
Poor George's poor nips.
Just a
Sticky
little
Fork,
low.
thank you so much, dude, for the 38 months. Sticky, I'm going to go ahead and roll the D4 for you, because it just makes it so much easier. D4. It's a 4, Sticky. You can give that extra 4 to any of our players or to me. Thank you so much, dude, for the 38 months. That's one of the longest subs on the channel. Appreciate you, dude. Okay, welcome back to Caer Konig. Let me give you a quick rundown. Frozen Far Expeditions, right there. This is the Northern Light. That is the inn. This is Hook, Line, and Sinker. This is where you had that drinking competition.
Mhm.
So that's where we. Well,
That's where we head first.
That's where we bought the clothes.
To
I feel
Frozen
like-
Far Expeditions.
Yeah, I'd say let's go
that
to the
work?
inn and rest up, and then let's go yell at those people for giving us faulty parkas.
Yeah, I have some words
Yeah,
for
I
that
guess we
guy.
have to. Yeah. I guess it makes sense. Like, I want to just go straight there, but I'm on level 2 of exhaustion. If it was level 1, I feel like Jordy would still be angry enough.
We
Level 2,
just spent like 8 hours in a
Yeah.
blizzard, guys. I'm tired.
yeah.
But like, wouldn't it be funny if we went straight there and he saw how exhausted and cold we are? And he felt
This is what
so
you
bad?
did to us.
That's what I think. That'd be hilarious.
Well,
Because it didn't even last 24 hours. Like, we weren't gone 24 hours before the clothes fell apart, I don't think.
It was about. Well, you had them in your possession for about 36 hours, but you were wearing them for about 24.
It lasted a day.
He's gonna have some work for us. about
Return
the
policy.
hosting trade, though.
Return policy 24 hours.
Sorry, give it to you. Yes, that means I have +6 towards one of my rolls now.
Wow.
Thank you, Sticky. Appreciate you.
Sticky, we just almost died just together.
Just because my tootsies got cold.
We haven't got into a combat.
That's true. There's been no combat at all. Well, I mean, you've had like a very minor
I've been
combat.
pulling 600
I
pounds.
tried to make a guy hit
Metal.
himself with his crossbow that was out of combat.
Oh god. All right. So to the inn first. Is that what I'm hearing? The Northern Light.
Or to the clothing shop guy.
I don't know, because that person could
Yeah,
walk in there
no.
like as like we still have like frost in our hair,
Yeah.
just like throw down the rags that are left.
We made it this far. I want to go across town and yell at this guy.
Maybe
Okay.
you can make him pay for our inn.
Right?
All right. So you're like busting into the Frozen Far Expeditions.
like maybe not literally like break again, but
You
loudly
kick,
enter.
you run in, you
Kind of pushing
no,
the door in.
here's what I'm hearing, you
Maybe-
kick the door
maybe,
down.
Jordy's in front.
Jordy physically breaks through the wall.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Yeah, so you make your way over to Frozen Far Expeditions, and you go inside?
Oh yeah, we go inside.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, we go inside.
I want to look extra weak and extra shivery just to play it off like he just like almost killed some innocent little lady.
All right, hang on.
I actually want to cast my cantrip thaumaturgy to make my voice very loud as we go in there and scream, "Oh yeah!"
All right, sorry, just looking for something here. All right, so you bust in, and yeah, you see the proprietor, a tennis. He's standing behind the counter, and he's like twirling what looks like a vial in his hands, and between his fingers, he's doing one of those like really cool things, you know, like the cool people can do, where they flip the pen around on their fingers. But he's doing that with a little vial, and it's a little vial that Gusto traded him for some of those clothes.
Who wants to start? I feel like Jordy might just throw hands. Or just gonna wait a second for someone else to talk for us because he knows that he might just like punch him.
I wanna make him feel so guilty and walk up to him shivering and super cold and be like, "Sir, I think there was something wrong with your parkas."
Oh, you mean the temporary parkas? No, they should have lasted about 24 hours.
Who said anything about temporary?
Well, I thought that we were trading temporary parkas for this temporary potion of cold resistance.
Thunderwave.
You cat.
whole shop gone.
Are you serious?
Can I like see him like lightning coming out of like his like eyebrows, like little like arcs of electricity coming out of his eyes from anger, just kind of be like back up a little bit.
All right, just so I'm clear, you're actually casting Thunderwave.
Yeah, DC 13 if he's close enough.
DC
We're gonna get
13.
murdered and banned from this town.
Con.
Can I do something
Natty-
to stop it?
No, you can't.
No, not really. It's a natural 18, so a 19.
So anything that is not bolted down.
Also, your party members need to make that same save.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Many of you do this with disadvantage because you're all exhausted.
Really?
All of us.
Well, only if you've got 3 levels of exhaustion.
Sunflower has 3 levels of exhaustion, so she'll do it with disadvantage, and then I think everybody else has 2.
Oh, ability. Okay, I forgot. It's just ability checks, not saving throws.
And this is a check. We take damage.
Yeah, everybody's gonna take damage. It depends on how much.
I'm gonna use my augmentation mind ward then, and I can apply that to multiple creatures within range as long as they're targeted by the same spell. It prevents them from being targeted by a spell, or reduces the spell's damage to 1/4 your level rounded up times your intelligence mod, and I have to use two mentality points to do that. Oh wait, sorry, it's 2 for each additional character.
I mean, if you don't want to
I
do
read it
I'm
wrong.
fine. I have 32 health and a great con save.
I read it wrong. My bad. It's 2 per character, so I can't mind. That right now.
It's only 9 damage.
Alright, I'm gonna use my +4 for this.
Okay, to make your Constitution saving throw.
Should I just do like +6 then? Because my
Yeah.
2 and
With disadvantage.
I forgot about that.
Oh god, the first one's so good too.
Thanks so much for that thunder wave. It's so helpful.
I'm sure that he's got stuff that's going to be destroyed because of the thunder wave.
I like the Thunder Wave, but I also have 32 health and +6 to my con save.
And what is disadvantage again?
You roll the same roll twice, but you don't have to do it actually. Only Sunflower had that 3rd level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So you just roll a single, but disadvantage means you roll it twice and then take the lower of the 2 rolls. Whereas advantage is take the higher. Oh no! So Kindar failed. I think Cleo failed.
Yep. 9 points of damage.
And then I take 4 points of damage.
Pushed 10 feet.
And yeah, so it's a cacophony, right? All manner of stuff breaks. Compasses and
Windows.
the windows in the place all blow out. And he actually is able to stand his ground and not get blown back. Everybody in the party takes 4 points of damage except for you. And the Sunflower takes 9 points of damage.
What about the vial that was in his hand that he was flipping up?
Also smashes.
Thank you.
Also smashes. He is taken aback clearly, and he quickly is going to attempt to run out the back of the shop.
Jordy tries to stop him.
Okay, let's see if you can get over there. Why don't you make an athletics check to see if you can hustle over there and grab him before he gets out.
That's a ability check. Okay.
13. Yeah, he's actually able to slip out the back of the shop.
All right, let's loot his shop.
What? There's nothing left. I don't care
Nothing
about loot. It's just anything that's not bolted down.
Let's take all the fragments for firewood.
No.
So, how far does he get?
You don't know. He's out of the building.
Can we run up to where he left and look out and see if we can see him?
Yeah, you look out and he just appears to be running into town screaming wildly like he was just attacked. So if you're looking at the map, he kind of ran out the back here and he's just running into the town as it is, just the collection of houses. He's booking, so he basically double moved. He made it about 80 feet.
All right, I'm going to use command, which is 60 feet, but I'm also going to double the range of it with my mind's reach, which costs 1 mentality point.
Okay.
And let me read. What do I have to do for command?
I think it's a save.
I was going to do the same thing. Get within 60 feet and use command.
The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next.
Wisdom save. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, it's a 17. So I believe I resisted the command.
Yes.
So then 1 from me.
Okay. And I actually rolled better on that. I rolled a 19, so that's a 20.
Wow. I think we should go.
Chase after him?
If
what you want
you
to do?
want.
Down.
What if he's friends with people in town and the whole town comes after us?
They
And now
won't.
we're all exhausted, and what if he's friends with the innkeeper?
Yeah, we could just keep moving.
There's another thing.
Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving.
Question. Is there more gear here?
You
think
do.
you
I
blew
mean,
all
yeah, there is there is cold weather gear here for sure.
More than
Oh,
just temporary cold weather gear?
Yeah, I mean, you think
if it's-
so.
Even if it's temporary, it's enough to make to the next town.
That's why I want
Yeah.
to loot this store. I want to just take everything that we could need from survival gear to clothing.
What's your
He's a
alignment?
shopkeeper. Maybe at a cashier somewhere.
Yeah, money.
Blue somewhere.
So, what is your alignment? What are your alignments? Because I don't believe that. I don't
Mine
think
is
a good
chaotic.
character would. I don't
Mine's
think
chaotic neutral.
I don't think it's
Chaotic
anybody
good.
who's good would toss this store and rob this guy.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
chaotic
chaotic
neutral.
neutral.
I'm down.
So is everybody
I think
neutral?
most of us
No,
are
no
chaotic.
good characters.
Kindar, what are you?
Kindar's more of like a lawful neutral.
Lawful, yeah. So I mean, you would sit back and watch your party like rob,
Yeah,
loot
that's
this
more
store.
of what I would do. I wouldn't necessarily partake. I would just kind of be questioning the stuff that's there for them to take, though. As long as I'm not committing the crime, you know.
I would be taking a permanent winter gear.
Yes, I would just take like what I need. I would just like one gear that I need to get to the next town. I don't really care about looting the money because
Yeah.
that's what I paid for. That's what I gave money for. I gave money for winter gear.
Yeah. Cleo's gonna definitely go straight to the money and then go to the winter gear. She wants to
Okay.
find anything worth of value of money. And
So
then
you find a
grab some kind of
cash
coat.
box up near the front that has 4 gold pieces in it and 10 silver.
And then any kind of.
And then anybody who wants to loot a cold weather gear here can as well.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Okay,
Same.
so you guys take that. Kindar doesn't.
I get one for him.
I would like to leave my big purple dildo there as just in case he needs it. Or, you know, just as like because I would feel guilty if I didn't leave something. So I would like
Because
to
he
leave that
just
there.
got screwed.
And I will take because I feel like that's a fair exchange. He's not there to bargain with me, so it's not my fault. He left his shop unattended.
Yeah, same.
And
That's what
honestly,
I
the
think.
shop's in disarray. It looks like it's honestly not even a
Do you
shop
think that
anymore.
maybe, just to throw it out there, do you think maybe there was a reason he left it unattended, or no? Okay, just I'm throwing it out there, just thinking like, oh yeah, he just left it, so he must mean that he wants us to take his stuff.
Oh, well, we're gonna dip as soon as possible.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're
Taking what I
peacing
paid
out.
for.
Yeah,
Alright.
we're not staying.
So you're trying to leave town now? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
And you're heading. You wanted to head to Caer Dineval. That's the town that's just south of here.
I don't know if that's the best idea, though. You know, maybe we should actually stay in this town. Maybe the innkeeper isn't friends with these. Maybe we'll talk to the innkeeper and see. Maybe they've got swindled by this guy before.
That is a decent point. You might have done this before, and like people almost die as well.
Yeah, see if like even if we hear anything about people looking out for other people, I don't know.
Maybe they even know something about like the innkeeper. Maybe they'll know something about that sunblight that we heard about. You know, we're not that far away from the mountain, so maybe those dark dwarves have been through here.
So do we want to go to the inn and rest up and ask questions?
So at least see what they're about right now and see if they were friends with this guy.
Is there a bar there?
We feel like there was any town guard.
I don't think you'd have that information. You know what? I'm gonna have Jordy just roll a. I'm just gonna make it like a history check, and I'm gonna let you do it with advantage too, Jackson, because you are a native of 10 Towns.
History? Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't help myself, guys. I'm sorry.
Remember when Vlor got the entire
Yeah,
party
that's-
arrested and then executed?
I feel like Georgie was caught off guard, but was not against negative advantage.
I got money out of it, so it's a win.
What?
Here's what you know. Is there like a standing army? No, right? No. Is there like a city guard? No, absolutely not. Could they muster some townspeople with pitchforks and shovels? Yes. There's a leader in each of these towns, sort of like a mayor.
Ooh, we should probably go see them.
And you would have passed his house here on your way in for the first time here. The speaker's house is right there.
Why would we want to go see him? What if he punishes us for blowing up the shop?
Well, I mean, if we go to the inn and just wait there, I mean, they might get a group together and come get us.
Oh,
I
we
mean-
have the ingot still.
Yeah, plus we have the ingots and
Yeah, we can go by, be like, hey, we had this altercation there, and they're like, ah, that's not good. We need to do something to you about them, and just be like, oh, okay, we're just whoop,
Good idea.
before the mob
Hi,
forms.
This is where I parked my car.
ooh,
Or
I have
not
an
talk to
idea.
them, go with you.
What's your
let's
idea?
go. Let's go to yeah. Let's go to the mayor's place.
Alright, he has an
Do we
idea,
want
I
to bring
like
these ingots first to these dwarves so we don't have to lug around 600 pounds? Or do we
The
wanna,
dwarves are in Bryn Shander.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
we're
would have to
2
go like
towns over.
days.
It's 2
Okay.
towns over.
2 of the 10 towns. That's 1/5 of the towns, Jackson. According to my calculations.
Jordy's not good at math.
Okay, so from Frozen Fire Expeditions to the mayor's house, is that
Yes.
okay?
Do we feel like
Taking-
that was the direction he was heading?
He was kind of heading in like you're not sure. You kind of lost him in these houses because he was really booking, and you guys are all exhausted, so your movement speed is really slow too. You couldn't really pursue, but he
Yeah.
seemed to like be heading down, like just kind of in a general away from you as quick as possible.
what if we rested first so we weren't exhausted and then we can leave our ingots in like a hotel room and then go see the mayor?
Just stack him up in the hotel room. I
Yeah,
kind of
no,
love
I
that.
think it's best to just go ahead and go see the mayor because we're on our way out of town.
Yeah, but yeah,
We're
we should
so
probably just
slow right
leave.
now, though.
And if we go and talk to the mayor first, he hears our side of the story first.
Yeah, but what if the guy isn't even going to tell people?
Well,
We're
then
just assuming.
Yeah, wait, I feel like we should just go to the inn. We're exhausted, guys.
If we hear things around town, then we know he went and like told people about us. But he could have just been like, "Ah, no, people," and then like didn't say anything else after.
no,
We don't
I'm
know.
gonna tell somebody we wrecked it. I wrecked his shop.
Yeah, he
the
destroyed his
royal
entire
we.
shop and all of his merchandise, or
And you just-
majority of his merchandise.
So, yeah, he's definitely gonna tell somebody.
I am not about to go on a mission outside of town with half of my health and level 3 exhaustion. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm gonna go talk to the
First
mayor.
thing you
first.
said, smart thing you said all night, Bard.
Jordy, you coming with me to the mayor's?
Ooh, splitting the party.
That's right. They're going
Well,
to an inn.
We can still go to the mayor after.
But to get a long rest, that would be like 8 hours after that happened. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think I could go with Vlor. Which Vlor never said his name was Gusto. He said his name was Vlor
Right.
at the beginning.
Yeah, you guys know him as Vlor. I know that he's Gusto.
I feel like that's the opposite of how it should be, but yeah, I'll go with him because I think it's a good idea to at least give our side of the story first, and then see
Right.
what happens.
You guys go ahead and secure a room.
Okay, so then who's taking the... Are we taking the ingot then?
I think I'm
That's
the
a
only
great
person that
question.
can move it at this point.
Well, oh yeah, right. I can't move it.
So do you guys want to come drop that off there, and then you guys can head to the mayor?
We may have to persuade the mayor.
That's a
So
good
take
point.
some with you.
Yeah, all of it.
But you guys aren't gonna just like dip out of town?
Yeah, we're just gonna
Oh.
leave for the whole campaign.
I don't know. Blora seems
Or
like he
not.
might do that.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
he might do that. I honestly, I think it's a legitimate question because literally Vlor would do that.
Jordy
We'll have
would.
to leave some collateral.
Bard, I
Maybe-
feel like we have a little bit of an issue here. We're both a little bit more injured and more exhausted. We're the weakest out of the group. And if we split off and there's any issues at the inn because this innkeeper knows the shopkeeper, then we might have some issues there, but we won't have our friends with us.
Then stay with us and let's go to the mayor real quick.
I think that's the safer option right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
you, like,
both
you
wanna
don't,
go?
don't you have to like go in and talk to him if you don't want to.
Power in numbers.
Okay, heading over to the mayor. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So you pull this cart over to the mayor. It's been probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes since this whole thing went down with the fight. You guys had a discussion there of what you were going to do. You quickly looted. Jordy tossed a chair through the one window that wasn't broken yet. just to prove a point. As you approach the mayor's house, you see a small group of people gathered out front. And the people that you see are your best bud, and I forgot his name already, Tennis. He looks a little singed from a thunderbolt.
He's fine.
Oh, it was a thunder wave, not a thunderbolt.
Sorry, thunderwave.
So you wouldn't be singed.
Oh, right, because it's just the noise of it or whatever.
Concussion, yeah.
You can see that he's concussed. Oh man, that guy definitely failed concussion protocol. Jordy don't even wear a shirt. Well, it's for flavor. See, he doesn't sometimes. So the Tennis sees you approaching and points you out, and he's wildly gesturing. You can't quite see what he's saying, but he's as he's doing this, he's also he's standing next to someone. It's a dragonborn. You guys know what a dragonborn is?
Mm-hmm.
It's
from the Elder Scrolls game.
It's a humanoid dragon. This dragon is silver. He's talking to. And so you approach, and there's a bunch of people like listening to him, and they seem to be like kind of taking in everything that a Tennis is saying as you approach. And as you get closer, he's like, they're the ones who destroyed my shop. Mr. Mayor, you need to put them away. What do you do?
Do you want me to charm his butt off? Not charm person, but like talk to him? Because I have high charisma, or are you guys just gonna talk to him?
You can talk if you'd like.
I don't even know what to say. Okay. Am I even standing at this point?
Yeah, but you are worse for wear. I mean, you have you're halfway up the exhaustion tree, so
I'll
you
use
are
this to my advantage. So I like limp on up to this guy, shivering cold, and I say, "Sir, I'm so sorry, but this man, he almost killed me and my friends. Our parkas wore off of our bodies as he did not tell us that they're temporary. And in a fit of rage, my friend couldn't help himself. It just came out of his hands. He's not the smartest in the bunch. I'm so sorry, but he almost, this guy almost murdered us. That's all I'm gonna say." As I'm like limping and like on the ground, I'm just trying to make it seem like we're innocent.
okay.
And yeah,
that sounds like persuasion to me. So, give me a persuasion check. Unfortunately, it's going to be with disadvantage because you are on level 3 of exhaustion.
still a +6. Okay.
Okay. So this will be a persuasion. This is probably one of your best saves here. So let's see if you can hit it.
God damn.
Oh, rats. Oh, the exhaustion.
That disadvantage.
Yeah, the exhaustion screwed you. Yeah, so the Dragonborn speaks up, and he's like, looks, he's not really quite sure what to make of you, and he turns to Atennis, and he's like, "Is this true, Atennis? Is this true?" And Atennis kind of explains the whole thing. He's like, "Well, this guy sold me these bunk potions, and so I was going to get him back. I got him back because he gave me these bullshit potions, so I gave him some bullshit parkas."
All right, Kindar would like to step in and say something here. Now this is not true. You see, everything that happened here was actually because of lore over here. You see, I didn't have anything to do with this. I didn't use any thunder wave. I didn't convince you to take any
Shut up.
any potions. And you know what else? I didn't I actually left you guys a little treat there for when you get back in exchange for another parka while they all looted your store.
I
Did
will.
you guys tell him that we looted?
Oh yeah, he's like takes a step back. He's like, you looted my store after you destroyed it, then you stole what was left. Mr. Speaker, block these people up.
First off, I paid you for the parkas.
You traded me for the parkas, and you paid me 1 gold, which is exactly what a 24-hour parka costs, sir.
Okay, so I paid for the parkas.
You paid me 1 gold,
For the
and then you
parkas.
for 1 parka, and you
So
traded me for the
I
other
paid-
3.
I paid for the parkas, and you didn't tell me they were temporary.
You didn't tell me this potion was
So-
temporary. This potions were
Oh, I
temporary.
did say that it was temporary. I said it was very limited, and
Did
we
you say
needed
it was-
something more permanent.
Well, how was I to know?
That these weren't temporary parkas?
No, that you needed something more permanent. I thought you were
Because
trading
I
me.
said
I
it.
thought you were trading me temporary for temporary. I thought we had an understanding.
Ooh. So when I said that we needed something more permanent, that was...
Did you say that?
I did.
Okay, I mean, I'll have to go back and look, but I don't
Yes,
remember any part
I
of
did.
that. So you said, please don't sell me the
These-
temporary parkas, sell me the
I
ones that are
said,
more permanent?
These potions only last for a little while, and we need something that's going to last us quite some time.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, because he said, "Why don't you just use those potions?" Yeah, he said they don't last
That's a
long.
good
These are more
point.
just
Yep.
for like a fishing trip.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then I'll
Swindle.
explain to the Dragonborn exactly what I said, because I keep records as a merchant of my sales. And I even offered to procure more to provide to the shopkeeper in good faith. And he did this to us, and we almost died.
Okay, why don't you make a persuasion check there, Gusto? Also, I think... yeah, check with disadvantage.
I mean, it was with valid evidence, so could it be regular?
I
I mean, I did have valid evidence.
All right.
And... persuasion, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, so they just don't care about my valid evidence. Yeah, I mean, I will tell it like it is. I mean, I'm not lying. I should have probably lied because it would have been better. But
Okay, I'm gonna just try to like flirt. Oh no, this is a disadvantage.
you are in no shape to flirt. You're in no shape to flirt. All right. So the Dragonborn, Goose, as you get a closer look at him, you can see that there is like a half empty bottle of wine in his hand, and it is like, it's it's not even really evening yet. It's like maybe late afternoon by the time you guys roll in here. And now that you've maybe, like, you had some adrenaline surging, right? When you're walking up to this crowd and you're like, oh God, what's this going to be all about? And he starts to, you start to kind of understand that this Dragonborn is like real, like sloppy drunk. He doesn't really seem like he's really all there. And so he's like, okay, it's just too much, it's too much talking. I don't think there's any reason to get Bryn Shander involved in some, what are they, parkas? You guys are talking about parkas. Listen, what? Tennis, what would be reasonable for you? And you, good people, I don't really know you, but how can we defuse this situation? We don't need to get Bryn Shander involved. Nobody needs to go to jail.
we're actually delivering something to Bryn Shander right now.
Bryn Shander, I love Bryn Shander. I spent my
can-
summers
we
in
can-
Bryn Shander. It's beautiful there.
Yeah,
What?
we can always just bring this to them if that is better.
And so,
Is this the town that we had the drinking contest at?
Yes.
yes.
Oh, I see you drink there. Don't you remember when we came through here? Came into the inn, had a drinking contest, caused no trouble, went on our way. I even won it. You had to have been there. Just kind of like to show that like we've been here. It didn't cause trouble. before.
Right. So yeah, so he like kind of perks up at that because you kind of found some common ground with him there, Jordy, and he's like, "You, 2 days ago, you folks, my God, you're the dwarf that drank everyone under the table.
You're
Oof.
damn right.
Kudos to you, sir. Kudos to you." And Tennis is like at his side, like kind of like, "Mr. Speaker, these people just admitted to looting my stores." It's like, "Whoa, you sold them the shitty parkas, didn't you, Tennis? Kind of sounds like you got a little bit what you deserve. Now, you folks, I don't know you folks. You're a good one. You're a good one." He kind of fist bumps you, Jordy. He takes a swig from his wine. He's like, listen, I don't think that this is listen, we're a little sleepy village fishing community here, right, guys? I mean, like, if I want to put you in jail, you basically gotta lock you in my closet in my house. It's like, we got nothing here. Did you folks steal from this man? Did you steal from his shop?
No, of course we didn't.
I'll pull out the
Make a
parka
deception
that
check with disadvantage.
I'm pulling out a parka
Okay.
that
Like,
I
I'd be like, I took the parka because this is what I paid for and did not get it.
agreed.
Yeah, I'll show the parka and remind him that I left him something.
Okay. And so then, yeah, Sunflower's going to make a deception with disadvantage. The first one probably would have been great. Let's see what the second one is. The natural 5. Yeah, definitely they know you're lying. And even Tovis, this is the Dragonborn, by the way, Trovis. He's like, "Young lady, if you took money for this man, you need to give it back, or else we really will have to get the authorities involved."
It's just the parka. I just took the parka.
But he knows you're lying.
He failed.
We look
I
at
take out like
every one of
one.
us look over at her like, come on.
I take out just the silver and I give it to him.
Just the silver, and how much? It was 10 silver.
Yeah.
And so you hand it to Trovis, and then Trovis hands it to Tennis, and he's like, "Is this how much it was in there?" And he's like, and Tennis is like, "I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. You folks are not welcome at Frozen Far Expeditions anymore. Mr. Mayor, you've made a very grievous mistake here." And he kind of starts to huff off.
I thought about giving him more than that. I was like, fuck him. I remember that we got a little bit of silver. I was going to maybe use my share and give it to him, but I decided against it. Yeah.
You know, I would
Fuck him.
at this point I would probably invite the mayor or the speaker to have a drink and kind of try to diffuse the situation as it is.
Okay. Do you want to do you want to meet him at the bar? Do you want to?
Tell them that we are going to try and get a room because we're super exhausted and we would like to treat him to a drink because of his fairness.
And immediately is like, "Free drinks? Shrovis is gonna be there. If you betcha, I'll be there. All right."
All right, so I guess we can get a room.
Yes.
All right, head over to the inn. Remember, there's a couple of sisters here at the inn, and just again, as a reminder, I mentioned this to Vlor in the podcast, and he said that he had forgotten this bit of information, but and maybe you don't remember either, Cleo. But when you first walked in here, Cleo, you noticed up in the sign that this inn is called the Northern Light. And you looked up at the sign, the Northern Light, and there was something that was on that sign. There's some part of that sign, and it is no longer there. And you just kind of took a mental note of that as you walked in the first time, Cleo, and just a reminder that as you walk back into the Northern Light, you glance up and you just notice it again. You're like, something's missing from there. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
But as you make your way in, of course, there's Allie. She is one of the Shoreward sisters, and if you would like to get an in, she's more than willing to oblige. You can also get a hot meal. It looks like a silver for a meal, if you'd like.
I would like to ask if there's somewhere we can put our sled safely.
And she's like, well, we have some stables out back. You could. It's not so much stables as like an area where you might do dog sleds, like rest dogs for the night. But there's nobody there, so you can. It's kind of just it's all outdoors, but it's sort of protected from the elements in a way. It's like kind of a peninsula among the building.
Okay. Y'all feel comfortable putting it there for the night?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I count all the bars first.
Yeah, I was about to
Because
say
I'm a
that,
merchant and I do that kind of stuff. Gotta take stock to make sure that dude doesn't come and try and take any of these bars.
Okay, so 3 hours later, when you're done counting all 600 bars of iron ingots, if you want to take the time, you really are talking probably like at least an hour and a half if you're going to try to count them all.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so you can spend that time then. I would say while the others are maybe having dinner or whatever, you're outside moving the ingots. You have to move them all off the sled basically, and then move them all back on so you can count them all. But you do find that all of the ingots are there. It's 600.
600 ingots?
Yep.
And I will stack them in a way that if any of them are moved, I will be able to tell.
Stacks them in a giant Jenga
Sure,
tower.
yeah, that makes sense.
Someone pulls one out, they get crushed.
The whole thing comes tumbling down. Yeah, so you maybe spend some extra time, Gusto, like stacking them in a way, like a unique kind of way, maybe a shape that you learned, I don't know, merchandising something for somebody in a shop. You found a way to stack them in a way that's like really unique. It's almost like in a hexagon shaped towers on top of the sled.
Yeah. The kind that you see from the quarter machines where they're all stacked up.
Right, yes, exactly. Yeah, honestly, dude, that's exactly what I had in my mind. That's exactly what I had in my mind. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so 7 hours later, when you're done with all that,
and I make sure that the mayor gets a drink on me.
yeah. So the mayor, I think, was going to meet you at the hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, okay.
There, if that was okay. He basically told you that he was going to be at the hook, line, and sinker. If you wanted to go and buy him a beer.
He spent 2 hours building a pyramid out of
all about that life.
I mean, he might have been so drunk he might not notice.
It's like at Walmart, he puts it says like something. There's a message in all the soda can boxes that they stack up. It's a cool shape. It's Gusto giving the thumbs up.
Yeah, I definitely go over there and make sure to buy the mayor a drink. And if the other guy was there, I'd also buy him a drink.
Oh, the the Frozen Far Expeditions dude.
Yeah.
All right. Would everybody want to then go to the tavern after securing a room and getting a meal?
Georgie would be. He'd be there.
Sure.
You drag yourself over there, Cleo. Like, oh God! All right, I'd stay. I just wish this day was over with.
100%. After all this.
All right, so you get over to back over to the Northern Light, and the mayor is there, and he sit down at his table, and he's after a few beers, he's already been pretty drunk. And you see, as time goes on at the bar, and at some point, like maybe somebody drops like a bottle and it smashes on the ground, makes a really loud noise, and the mayor just like jumps up real quick, and he then slowly does that thing where you just kind of calm back down, and you see that, and he's like, part of my matters, a bit jittery with all the thieving going on here. He takes a big swig of his drink.
If I'm sitting close enough, because I'm making sure to buy him drinks,
Yeah.
I'd put my hand on his arm and say, "Are you okay? What thieving?"
This town has some thievery troubles. No one's really seen anything. Just things have gone missing. This is not a town of wealth, you understand. He looks you right in the eye. He's got those silvery scales. We're not a wealthy town, but it seems like everything of value over the last few weeks has gone missing.
Wow.
Like what?
Where are you folks sleeping? Where are you making your bed tonight? Were you staying at the inn? So you got a room over the Northern Light?
Yeah, we got a room over there for the night.
Well, the fucking lantern was stolen right off the Northern Light.
The lantern? What lantern?
And so he explains to you that there's like that the Northern Light sign had like a big lantern on it. That was the Northern Light, and the lantern like would glow different colors, like green, blue, and it would just like alternate like that. And it was like some kind of magic about it. But that lantern was like on the sign. It was like everybody knew it, and then just it disappeared.
Well, lantern, can't you guys just make a new one?
I mean, we could put like a regular lantern up there, I guess. But this one was pretty cool. Do you like our RGB stuff? Do you have like a Razer keyboard? It's kind of like that. It's like it's all rainbowy and cool.
I'd probably mention to him that we ran into some goblins. And then also the dark dwarves.
So
ask him about like if he's heard
Symbiote.
anything about the dark dwarves because we encountered like what seemed like new construction.
So
Symbiote.
I imagine you tell him about you kind of bring him up to speed, right, with what's happening with the party so far. You're like, we were in Bryn Shander, we got hired to do this job. That's why we had this, massive sled of ingots that we were, that you saw us wheeling around. And you tell him about the goblins. He doesn't really seem that surprised. Goblins are around here. It's not out of the ordinary for somebody to run into a band of goblins out scouting or whatever. He's not really, he's like, yeah, that makes sense. The Dwergar he is astonished by, doesn't know anything about it. You guys talk in depth about what you saw, what you did. You're like, yeah, we stayed the night in this little dome bunker thing, and that was, pretty much it. We saw the Dwergar. That was kind of all. It looks like they have a fortress out there. But he's like really, really surprised by that information. He doesn't know anything about it. He's never even seen a dark dwarf. It's not. They're not. Dark dwarves are like they live in the Underdark, so they live in like these deep underground caverns. Like that's where they make their homes.
I want to make sure he knows that like it looked new, like it looked like this was recently made, like not like they've been squatting there for a while.
He's like, you should definitely tell the speaker at Bryn Shander. I mean, if there's dark dwarves that close to 10 towns, it's a bad portent of doom.
Well, yeah, and if you say that things have been going missing lately, and they're building a new whatever they're building there, they might be taking some of your stuff for their building.
I mean, no, it's definitely possible. We have literally no clues. Just like stuff is gone. Like just the other day, a pair of goats got taken, and he leans over to the bartender. He's like, let me find the bartender's name. I can't remember what the bartender's name is. Remember that this bar has like free drinks, right? You guys remember that? Like when you come in here, it's just like free drinks chilling at the front.
The gotcha drinks.
Yeah, exactly. It's Glenn. He's like, hey, Glenn, it's 2 days ago with those goats, right? And Glenn's like, yeah, it's 2 days. Glenn's lost a pair of goats. They're gone. And then, boy, your buddy, he kind of laughs and like looks right at Gusto. He's like, your buddy, Tennis there, he had some pearls stolen from him. It's probably why he's been such a shit mood.
What a dick. Yeah, no, I mean, I get it, but still. Any leads on that? I mean, that sounds kind of interesting. I mean, that might be something that we'd be willing to help with, seeing as how, you kept it pretty civilized here.
I just don't have any trouble, right? I got a pretty sweet gig here, not gonna lie to you. I get to drink all day, keep it as long as the town stays safe, everybody stays calm, peaceful. I just get to have my bottle of wine for breakfast, and we call it a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. If we could get these ingots back to Bryn Shander fairly quickly, we could be back here to help you out with this.
Listen, that'd be great if you guys are offering to help. I don't have much in the way I can offer you to help.
I mean, if you had like a carriage or something just to give us a ride down there, I mean that would be great.
And he kind of looks at you for a second, Gusto, and he's like, "I don't have a carriage, but well, you're not gonna like this, but you could rent some dog sleds. You could rent a dog sled. It's only one person in town you're gonna be able to rent it from, though. I think you know who it is."
Yeah, well, it's not going to really help because we got all these ingots. The dogs ain't going to be able to pull all those ingots. And a person.
Yeah, I mean, he basically said, like, he understands your plight, but there's not really much he's gonna be able to do to help you out.
Oh, well, it's going to be a few days before we can get back up here to help out then.
Well, we could you could take the ingots off the cart. We could I could definitely find you a ship. We could sail you down to Caer Dineval. I don't know how much time that's really going to save you.
Yeah. I guess, it's just too bad. I thought we'd really be able to help you sooner. We'll just have to, take it and get back into Bryn Shander and then get back over as soon as possible.
I mean, listen, whatever you could do to help, I wish there was something I could do.
Yeah, that's all right, man. I'm sure we'll be back over here to help in no time.
Before we head out, though, I'd like to ask you if you know anything about these this perpetual winter that's been going on here. Being the mayor, you might know more than the average people we've been asking around. Why is it always winter here? And what have you guys been doing to try to stop this?
Awesome question.
Couldn't Jordy answer that question?
Let me.
I mean, would make sense too.
Yeah. It's a super good question. Let me see. Okay, so he explains kind of just generally, Kindar, like a lot of stuff that you, having been in 10 Towns for a few months, have already known, and which is that the people of 10 Towns, for various reasons, believe that Arl, the Frostmaiden, is cursing them, and so there's rumors. They're not sure. You're not really sure how substantial the rumors are, but there are rumors that she's flying across the sky every night and basically casting a spell that disallows the sun from rising here. So that's what Trovis definitely believes, is that they are being punished by the Frostmaiden. And he explains, and then Jordy would be able to pipe in too. He starts to explain that that the towns are, that all the 10 towns have seen this curse in a different way, and to try to break themselves of the curse, they have different there's different like rituals and things that they're doing. And so he explains to you that Caer Konig is one of the towns in which the townspeople are sacrificing food to Auril. So so then Jordy, you can go on and explain some of the other things that are happening, some of the other towns. So you're like, he's like, we give up our food here to please the Frostmaiden. We go without food. The smaller towns, they can't like afford anything else, so they'll give up. They're catching all the knucklehead trout, and they'll string up a day's catch and hang it outside, a mile outside of town, to be claimed by a yeti or some other creature that embodies Oral's wrath. And so they're feeding the tundra, essentially. And that's what their sacrifice is. And at this point, Jordy, you can speak up, and you're like, that's you're probably like, that's a mite bit better than some of the other things that I've heard of.
Some towns can afford to give up a catch, so they give up a person. They have a lottery. Person that wins gets sent out of the sacrifice. Kind of like the knucklehead trout, except it's a person getting eaten. Other towns that can't even do that, they give up warmth. They don't have no light for an entire night. They have to huddle for warmth. Anyone that tries to light anything are usually beaten to death. And I try to avoid those towns.
Yeah, so that's a super great question, and I think we'll probably end it there, Kindar, for tonight. That's some really great information that finally is kind of out to the party, which is those 3 bits of important information, which is that and I'm going to read this whole thing to you. The desperate people of 10 towns, hoping to appease Oral, so that the summer can return to Icewind Dale, make sacrifices to the Frostmaiden on nights of the new moon. This is a new practice that started a little over a year ago when it became clear that Oral was angry and Summer would not be returning anytime soon. The townspeakers have unanimously agreed to honor these practices, which they consider necessary evils, but would end them in a heartbeat if Oral were to be appeased or dealt with in some other way. Night ends basically. Like this is not the part of the culture up here of human sacrifice, right? They are doing this to stop this, and if this stops, then that stops. There are 3 types of sacrifices. The nature of the sacrifices varies from town to town, but usually takes one of the 3 forms. Humanoid, Bryn Shander, East Haven, and Targos. They hold lotteries. That's Bryn Shander, East Haven, and Targos. Hold lotteries. The afternoon before the new moon. The unlucky person whose name is drawn is sacrificed at nightfall. The ill-fated soul is stripped bare and either tied to a post or sent into the tundra to die.
The fuck?
Smaller towns that can't afford to give up people give up their food instead. A day's catch, as I described. And then towns that can't bring themselves to give up their people or their food forsake warmth for the night. No fires are lit between dusk and dawn, and as Jordy said, anyone who dares to light a fire is savagely beaten.
I did want to ask him what sunblight was, and if that Dwargar was just referring to the sun being gone, or if there's something else to it.
And he's unfamiliar with that. He's never heard that term or name before.
That's not good. That's
so I can see this kind of night ending and this somber tone as you guys all find out about the fact that some of these towns are sacrificing people. And thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had fun. That was a really fun session. We didn't really have a combat there, but I feel like we did so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot was done there.
Thank you guys so much. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.